Hi, welcome to Luxury in Moderation, where we appreciate the finer things in life without going overboard. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Joanne, and every week I talk about luxury handbags and other lifestyle products to hopefully give you some really good information, or if you're just curious about these items. So if you love these topics, please subscribe below. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. Today I have a requested video, and it is my entire jewelry collection. So thank you so much to Robbie Tallow, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for requesting this video. I'm happy to share my luxury jewelry collection with you guys, but this is in no way trying to brag. And first and foremost, I have to say that I do not have any pieces from Cartier or Van Cleef & Arpels. So if that's what you were hoping to see, you will be disappointed, but I do have some other nice pieces, so let's jump into it. So the very first thing that you see on my left here is my caboodle. And this is what I currently use to store all my luxury jewelry pieces. So the very first piece that I wanted to share is this Tiffany Co ring. And I'll show close-ups of these because I know you can't see the detail. But this ring was given to me by my now fiance when we first started dating. I believe it was our first Valentine's Day together, and we'd only been dating for 3 months then, so I was incredibly surprised when he took out this little blue box, and I think I literally gasped, like that quintessential reaction to seeing a little blue box. So later I learned that I don't know how much thought he actually put into it. He just knew that, like, oh, Tiffany Co jewelry is usually what girls like. So since we'd only been dating for such a short while, he didn't know my taste as well, and he thought it was like a safe bet. So he was definitely right. It definitely fits really well. I was surprised he also guessed my ring size, so that was good. And then this next Tiffany Co piece is a necklace, and it's 2 hearts. One says, let me count the ways, and the other one says, I love you, I love you, I love you. This was a gift from a former boyfriend, and basically the story behind this is Tiffany & Co used to have a heart necklace that kind of like the I love you, I love you, I love you one, but instead it repeated, let me count the ways, let me count the ways, let me count the ways. And I had always wanted that necklace because that line, let me count the ways, is from a poem, I think. I hope I'm not embarrassing myself. So it actually had like a little bit of a literary reference, and I thought that was a little bit special. It was more intellectual to me. But by the time that boyfriend went to go buy that necklace, they didn't have that anymore, and they had discontinued that, so he got me these instead. So now let's get into some jewelry pieces which don't really have a name brand, and most of these pieces, if not all of them, came from my parents. I don't currently have the funds to buy fine jewelry yet for myself, so these were all gifts given over time. So let's start out with this one right here. So I got this diamond set for my 21st birthday. So it's a diamond ring and necklace. They're pretty small carats. I think it's 0.3 carats in the middle. And then I don't know what the side diamond pieces are. But my mom actually got this from like a TV commercial, kind of like one of those shopping channels like QVC, and she only buys pieces that are certified, so at least she knows they're good quality, like the diamonds are of a certain clarity and color. So because this is one of my earliest pieces, I've definitely worn it a lot. It's dainty enough even now to not be so in your face, and it just adds a little sparkle to when I want to liven up an outfit a little bit, but I can still wear it to the office because it's so modest. And then the next 2 pieces come in this red pouch because they are 2 rubies. So These pieces are my ruby rings, and the design of it is quite, I would say, old school. It looks like it came from like the Victorian era or something. It's definitely not something that would be super trendy or fashionable these days. But it's just kind of like where my parents buy jewelry that's kind of the style that they know. It's a very traditional looking style with the halo. So these are kind of like what I wear when I have a red outfit or I want a pop of red. So it's kind of nice that I have such a variety. I can kind of like pick and choose when to wear these. Okay, so then I have this beautiful sapphire set. So this is when I graduated from university. My mom asked me what I wanted. She let me know like she wanted to get me a jewelry piece, and she asked me what I would like. And my favorite color is blue, so I definitely said I wanted a sapphire. Plus my alma mater colors were orange and blue, so I thought that was very fitting to be a graduation present. So she got me this set. It's not exactly matching, I would say, because the shape of the ring and the shape of the necklace aren't exactly the same, but they are both beautiful to me, and I really appreciate these pieces. Let's get into what's in here. So this is a ring roll, and it's a pretty small one. There's like different sizes, but you can just fit multiple rings, and I have 3 right here to give them some space. So the very first ring on here is this pearl one. I think I got this for another birthday. I think it was my 22nd birthday maybe, but this is actually a pearl ring that was my mother's. I think she said like maybe her mother gave it to her, but she had waited a little bit longer to give me this pearl ring because growing up and even these days, like I kind of think that pearls are a little bit more like old school, right? Like when you think of women in pearls, they're usually older or like in their 50s or 60s. So this ring is definitely a little bit more fashion forward, I would say, with the curves and the diamonds around it. So I think it has a younger vibe, which I definitely appreciate. And then this gold ring is actually very near and dear to my heart because it's actually the ring from my dad's mom. So she passed a couple years ago, and I think she left this ring to me. So I don't exactly know what the silver material in the middle is. Like, I don't know if it's platinum or silver or anything like that. But not only is it a way for me to remember her by, but also I think the design carved into the band is incredibly beautiful. It makes it shine like there are stones on it, even though there's not, just because of the way the carving reflects the light. So I think that's very special. And as with a lot of alloys that have more gold, the band is flexible. So gold isn't necessarily like hard by itself, but a lot of pure gold pieces are more malleable and bendable. So I actually used to wear this as a pinky ring. So I made the ring really, really small, and I thought it was a really cute decoration piece. So there's that one. And then the last ring in this ring roll was actually a like wedding present from my mom. So basically my mom had prepared a 1 carat diamond ring for both myself and my sister for when we got married. It's kind of like her wedding present to us, and very sentimental in that way as well. So I got to like choose what design went around this ring. For example, I could have put like a halo around the 1 carat in the middle or done something else, but I thought this swirl motif was a little bit younger vibe, you know, it wasn't like old school again. So it's definitely larger though as a whole. So I don't have a lot of occasions to wear it to. Maybe like a really nice night out at a really nice restaurant, maybe I'll take it out, but otherwise I feel like most people my age don't wear this to anything. So let's get into some other pieces. First in this red box is a pearl set. So I believe I got this for another birthday. I think it was my 20th birthday. So this is the strand, the length of the strand, and actually these pearls came from a strand that my mother had. So she actually had a string of pearls given to her by my grandmother, and they were very, very long. They were actually double the length of this strand. So what my mother did was, because my mom has two daughters, she split the strand in half, and she gave half the strand to my sister and half the strand to me. And then we could choose how we wanted the strand to be designed. So these pearls are very old. When I was turning 21, I was talking to my mom about the design of, you know, what I wanted my strand to be like. And I said I wanted something to be a little bit more versatile. So she came up with this idea where I would have a really long strand so I could keep it this way if I wanted to. And then I could actually like tie a knot in the middle if I wanted to be a little bit more like fashiony and have the, you know, strands kind of like look more loose like that. Or if I wanted to wear it double stranded, I could do that and loop it around. And she also had the jeweler create these little clips that I could put between the pearls so that they would stay in place if I wanted to keep the double strand a certain length. So I thought that was pretty innovative and, you know, very beautiful as well, the way that these clips look. There's little diamonds just on top. And then in addition to the necklace, there were also some pearls left to create a matching set of earrings. So for those of you who haven't noticed, my ears are not pierced. So these are actually clip-on earrings. And I love the design of these earrings. I think they are so dainty with just the tiny diamonds on top, the one in the middle, and then the two droplets of pearls down. I love wearing them, even though, again, I don't really have an occasion to wear pearls that much because I feel like they are a fancier jewelry piece. Obviously, nowadays, there's so many fashion strands of pearls. Like you can get a strand of, you know, fake pearls from Forever 21 or like anywhere. But because these are real freshwater pearls, I don't want to damage them because they are an organic compound. You know, they're made in oysters, so they can be damaged, and when a dent happens, then there's less of a sheen. So I definitely want to protect these. And then in this pouch, I have another set of pearls. So this design is actually a little bit more fun. There are many, many strands. I think, you know, at least 10, 15 strands of little baby pearls here. And this was a gift from my aunt. I believe it was a graduation present from when I graduated from university. So this is a little bit more fun, a little bit younger. My aunt is a little bit more like fashion forward than my mom, less traditional. So she definitely understands like a younger mindset. So you can see these pearls are have more colors. Some are more purpley, some are more pinky. And then there is also a matching bracelet. So you can see there. And I, again, don't wear these a lot, but I have worn them for special occasions. So really appreciate that. And then I have a couple of pieces in here that isn't really like luxury fine jewelry, but it's kind of fun to talk about anyways. So this is a vintage necklace from my mom, and it's actually made out of coral. So I thought that it was an interesting look, an interesting story, and it's kind of like just a fun piece to have if I'm ever in the mood for that. And then getting down to the last couple of pouches in there. And this pouch, firstly, is this diamond bracelet, which was a gift from my dad. I think it was a Christmas gift about 3 years ago. But basically we were in the jewelry shop and he was like, oh, is there anything you want? And I was like, well, maybe a diamond bracelet. And then my mom was there too, and then she was like, oh, I want one too. And then my sister wasn't there, but he was like, well, it would be unfair if I got you guys, you know, diamond bracelets and not your sister. So then he had to get one for her too. So really appreciate that from my dad. And then now this is like the most jewelry I've worn in like 5 years. Now, some other gifts from my dad. This was another Christmas gift, maybe 4 years ago. It looks like a key necklace from Tiffany, but it's not from Tiffany. It's just a design that the jewelers made. Yeah, I love how dainty it is, and I actually did put a Tiffany chain on it. I don't know what chain the necklace originally came from, but I swapped it out. And then another gift from my dad was this stack of rings that you guys have probably seen me wear in other videos. So again, if you can kind of see the theme for me in this video, there's a balance between like a more traditional aesthetic and a newer, younger, fashionable aesthetic. So that's kind of the world that I am teetering between, because a lot of you guys, and I am aware that a lot of the jewelry pieces these days that most people wear, in the United States at least, are from these fashion houses like Cartier or Van Cleef & Arpels. And they're more like gold, silver, rose gold, and not like these fine jewelry pieces with gems inside. I have the red rubies that have that really kind of old school Victorian looking aesthetic, and I wanted something that looked more fashionable. So I chose this stack, which because it has the silver, gold, and rose gold hardware, and I thought that, you know, is a little bit more fashiony that way. And as well, the diamonds are smaller, so they're not as in your face. But the price, surprisingly, even though the diamonds are tiny, the price of this stack was still very expensive because of the craftsmanship that goes into creating the stack. You know, they have to place each diamond in there nicely and then in this wave design. So actually the you're paying for the craftsmanship of the stack in this case, and not the quality of the diamonds necessarily. Okay, and then this is my newest Tiffany, which was a birthday present from my fiance last year. So I picked this piece out. It's the open heart, so I can put the details in the link below. And then I have this gold necklace with a single tiny diamond in there. And this was my mother's necklace, and she wore this all day, every day as we were growing up. So I remember her wearing it as a kid. And then a couple years ago, I actually wanted a gold necklace with a small diamond in it because, you know, I had that silver or like platinum necklace with the tiny diamond from my 21st birthday, but I didn't have a gold one. So I had found that, you know, I was in some outfits, I needed a gold necklace. So I kind of brought that up to my mom. I was like, hey, like if you see anything like that, can you let me know? And then I brought up her old necklace and she was like, oh, well, if you like it, like you can have it. So actually my mom told me when she gave it to me that this necklace had been a gift from my grandmother to her, and there was actually another necklace that looked similar to this that my grandmother had given to my aunt. So again, like having two daughters, my grandmother was like, oh, I need to buy like two, like one to give to each of my daughters. So, all right, now getting into the last few pieces that I got most recently, again, as kind of like a wedding present. Let's start off with my engagement ring. Okay, so I'm just realizing that this video is going to be too long if I go into like my whole journey of finding my engagement ring and whatever. So I think I'll do a separate video for that. But just as a quick mention, this is my engagement ring from Graff. So it's a pear shape and there's diamonds on the side. And if you want to know more about it, stay tuned. So basically, the reason why I mentioned this ring is because I wanted to have a set of earrings that matched my pear-shaped ring. So I did ask my parents to prepare that for me, and they came up with a solution because pear-shaped rings can be quite expensive. So what they did was they kind of pieced together a pear shape in the middle there, and then it is surrounded by another pear-shaped circle, and then it has a droplet, you know, it just comes down a little bit, so it hangs just a little bit. So this set is another kind of like wedding present. Last couple things, this is a necklace holder. So this is the first necklace in here. It is an emerald necklace in a square cut with some halo diamonds around it. When my parents were asking, you know, what would I like, I was like, well, I have, you know, a necklace with a sapphire, and so, you know, I don't have one with an emerald, so it'd just be nice to have some more color variety. So that's why we kind of settled on the emerald color. And then the very last piece is actually a two-piece necklace. So the first is this diamond necklace that I'm wearing right now. I don't know if you could see through most of the video, but it's the whole chain is diamonds, and you know, it's pretty it's not like too in your face, which I really appreciate. Again, definitely no one my age wears jewelry like that. And then actually there is a pearl pendant that goes along with the necklace if I choose to. So it is removable, so I could wear it just like this, or I could choose to have the pendant hang in the middle there. There's actually a mechanism in the back of the necklace to hook the pendant on very securely so it's not going to fall off. But it is a very cute large pearl. I think the shape is very adorable. It's not a perfect circle. It actually looks a little bit like a teardrop, and then at the top is just a cute little design with more diamonds in it. So it's definitely the nicest piece that I have. I feel like I've worn it once to like an engagement event, but that's about it. It's like I'm not going anywhere, especially this year, to, you know, wear pieces like this. But my parents kind of wanted to set me up with a good collection of jewelry. It's something that they appreciate, that they believe in the value of. I definitely appreciate everything here, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed these pieces. Let me know if you have any questions on any of them. I will get into the story of my engagement ring at a later video, and subscribe below if you haven't already. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!